Hi guys, so I'm going to read Danger Trail number 4. So this was published in February of 1951. So this will be in the 1950s DC Comics playlist. And eventually I'll make a King Faraday playlist. So worldwide adventures in mystery and intrigue. Danger Trail. King Faraday. I've sidestepped death in many different guises, all over the world. In the shape of bullets in Belgium, machetes in Manaus, and typhoons in Tahiti. But it was in Madagascar that I ran out of exits, and had to shake hands with the old master, and not let go, as the only way of putting an end to terror caused by the reign of the Scarlet Umbrella. I was at the Sportsman's Club in Madagascar, reliving some hot moments spent off the coast of Okinawa. This was taken by a staff cameraman at a flat top I was on, while recovering from a wound. We were shuttling men to the beach when the kamikaze first struck. At first we thought this was the usual hit-and-run raid, and got ready to make our corner too hot for the Japanese bomber to handle. But this buzzard didn't intend to hit and run. No. I was here to stay. I got up and threw the lead at him until... Got him! But getting a kamikaze was one thing, and keeping him away was another. He's not trying to get away at all. He's deliberately crashing into us. If he blows himself up on this deck, he'll put us out of commission. The only thing that kept this human bomb from completing his mission was my making contact with his bomb load, just when he was getting close enough for me to cut my nails on his propeller. I don't have to tell you what happened at Okinawa. In order to stop the divine wind, as the kamikaze was called, we not only had to hit them, but blow them to bits. Otherwise, the pilots deliberately crashed against our ships. We finally beat them, because the American soldier fought for life, and the kamikaze suicide solos fought for death. But they did plenty of damage, just as any mad dog would before shot.
It's a good thing the world has seen the last of the kamikaze, Monsieur Faraday? I wonder.
The way Raoul Dorr said,
I wonder,
made me wonder too. He caught my eye as he left the club, and I followed him. Raoul?
No, not here, King.
We walked up the street of the Laughing Dog, and as we passed through the crowd of French, Milanese, Arabs, Hova, Macau, and Mousabiki.
Raoul, what? We cannot talk here, King.
Raoul and I had met in the hedgerows of Normandy, with Nazi bullets punctuating the introduction. He was a cool customer, and afterward became a valuable police inspector to the French at Madagascar. Nothing like a crowded place for privacy.
Exactement, King.
Raoul waited until the waiter had brought our Madagascar icebergs, 7 fruits embedded in thawing frozen juices, and
C'est tout, garçon. That is all, waiter.
You look as if you're on to something hotter than the equator, Raoul. What is it?
I shall explain. When royalty was abolished on Madagascar, it meant the end of the rule of Ranavilo, chief of the Hova, the dominant tribe here on the island. Like other chiefs before him, Ranavilo alone could use the big scarlet umbrella, under which he ruled over life and death. His subjects, the Andrina nobility, Nova free men, and Andivo slaves obeyed him fanatically, because while alive he was considered their high priest, and after death he would be feared as a semi-god. The Hova believe in sorcery, believe that their chiefs can kill from a distance.
Sounds like voodoo in Haiti.
I've been on Ranavilo's trail, and I have reason to believe that...
Raoul, what's wrong? Raoul was unable to speak, but as he lay there, his finger laboriously began to trace letters in the dust of the table.
Scarlet umbrella.
Suddenly, Raoul's tenacious hold on life snapped before he could complete his message. I dipped my finger in the puddle formed by Raoul's falling glass and gingerly moistened my lips with it. Something new had been added, almost imperceptible among the ingredients of this drink. Poison. An examination of my glass revealed that the same surprise awaited me too, but it failed only because I had been too interested in Raoul's story to start drinking immediately. I want to see the person who prepares all the drinks.
It is my own brother, monsieur. Surely you do not suspect Alfred?
But when I questioned Alfred...
But I did not make your Madagascar icebergs, monsieur. No. Your waiter said he would prepare it according to your special instructions, as you yourself requested.
Then he was the only one to touch those drinks. Let's see what he knows about poison. The waiter didn't wait to be questioned. His reply aimed at canceling out my interest. He must have been pretty sure of himself, because he didn't wait for an answer. I followed out through the swinging door. It led into a long alley. I've got to get to him before he disappears over the roofs. We'll do our talking on the ground.
Infidel!
I lost hold of him for a moment, as we sprawled on the ground, but a moment was all that he needed.
The moon shall shine upon your sightless eyes this night.
I shook the cobwebs out of my head as he rushed at me and saluted him with a stiff arm.
My knife will send you after that police inspector before you draw another breath.
I caught him as he sagged and held him as I drove him back toward the pier at the end of the alley. Save your breath for the confession that'll send you to the gallows.
Confession? No, no!
Suddenly, I felt him grow limp, and then, just as unexpectedly, he grabbed me and did a back dive off the pier with me.
You shall hear nothing, infidel, but the thunder of our death! Hail to the scarlet umbrella!
Since there wasn't a cloud in the sky, the thunder he referred to could originate only from the grenade he held against my back. As we hit the waters of the Mozambique Channel, I cut loose from him with an underwater judo breakaway. Shades of kamikaze! I've got to get away from this human bomb! I wasn't too far away when the grenade exploded, but luckily, the water acted as a shield between me and the blast effect. It seems as if it took me 100 years to claw my way out of the water, but I was the only one who got out. That's the second time today Scarlet Umbrella was mentioned, and a man died. Raoul had said that he was on the trail of Ranavilo. After I changed my clothes, I visited the local administrator and asked about his whereabouts.
Ranavilo is dead, Monsieur Faraday.
Dead?
Oui, he died by leaping into the crater atop Isiafa Javona, highest point of the Anka Rocha Mountains, an extinct volcano.
It's hard to believe that Raoul Dor was trailing a dead man, but stranger things have happened. As I left the administrators, I was paged by a La Belle France in a convertible.
Monsieur Faraday, King Faraday. Entrez, I am Mignon Dor. My father, Raoul Dor, told me much about you. I was at Port Lochez when I heard about him. I returned to help you complete the mission on which he was murdered.
What mission?
I would not be much of a woman, monsieur, if I could not read in your eyes the determination to see that your friend and comrade did not die in vain.
I tried to argue Mignon out of a resolve to help me finish Raoul's case, but I was about as successful as a bee resisting honey. As we were passing the Madagascar bank on the street of the Golden Shekels.
King, look!
Shades of Okinawa, Mignon. Jam on the brakes! Racing into the bank at the moment was a twin of the fanatic with whom I'd done an underwater ballet to the death.
Hail to the Scarlet Umbrella!
Did you see him? A bomb in each hand.
He's on his way to make a hot deposit. Let's get out of here. We just had time to dive to the ground when the human bomb exploded. There wasn't much left of the bank. There never is after a direct hit. And especially after the bomb itself walks up to its target and waits until it explodes.
Oh, it's horrible, horrible.
It's the third time I heard Scarlet Umbrella mentioned today, and each time it meant death. And now I knew what the dying Raoul was trying to say, as he scrawled an incompleted message in the dust on the table. I think I'm going to take a trip to Mount C. Afa Javona to see Ranavilo's grave. But even fanatics don't blow themselves up without a reason. And I found that reason in the administrator's office.
It will be as useless to try to stop my subjects from taking the 5 million francs aboard the SS Eastern Star, as it was to prevent Raoul Dor's death or the bank explosion. Watch the harbor, and you will see what I mean. You cannot fight the power of life and death of Ranavilo.
It's probably from some criminal seeking to take advantage of the superstition surrounding Ranavilo's death.
I wonder. I was among those who watched the harbor, and all the precautions taken to guard the ships in it that day, especially the SS Eastern Star. But a human bomb swimming underwater is pretty hard to detect. And I made an early start for the boat trip up the Betsa Boyka River, but I wasn't early enough. Mignon!
You can't stop me from joining you, King. Who has a better right?
We passed the fertile plains of Miranina and Betsilio, and went overland until we reached the Ankaratra Mountains, where
Mount C. Afa Giovanna, that which the mist cannot climb.
we'll never find out if Ranavilo is buried outside the extinct volcanic crater at the top. From here, let's go! As we climbed upward,
I never thought I'd be spending Fan Dronana, the festival of the New Year, hunting for a ghost to kill my father.
I made a thorough search of the crater top Mount C. Affa Giovanna, and there's no sign of Ranavilo's body inside the crater, Mignon. His death was a fake, to avert the end of his rule when royalty was abolished. That was your father's last message. Scarlet Umbrella returns, meaning Ranavilo.
Since the natives think he's dead, their superstitious minds vest him with the powers of a vengeful god. They will obey him without question, make human bombs of themselves. King, how can he be beaten?
Only if he fails to act as a god. As we turned our backs to the crater, a flash of scarlet struck our eyes.
Ranavilo!
Take them! We will sacrifice them for fun at Toloana.
I had no intention of winding up as a firecracker on New Year's in Madagascar, but tackling that mob was like ducking into the ocean. There was always another wave coming up to crack you wide open.
Ranavilo is all-powerful!
They were so sure of me, they didn't even bother to clout me, but just kept on pressing forward until I was becoming as helpless as a fly pinned in syrup.
No one can resist Ranavilo. He can kill from a distance. He is immortal, and he will make us immortal.
King!
The look in Mignon's despairing eyes shot a charge of adrenaline in me, which lasted long enough for me to reach Ranavilo and grab a grenade from the cluster around him.
Fool! Do you want to be blown to bits while I remain unscathed? Because I am a god! Flee!
What for? I'm not going anywhere. Ranavilo was startled when I didn't throw away the grenade, which would explode in moments, but instead held it closer to us.
Infidel! Are you mad to fight a god?
Mad enough to believe that you're not a god, but just a jungle-type Hitler who'll send others to die and will crack up when the pressure's on him. Ranavilo was in just the same spot I was. If he couldn't loosen my grip on the grenade, he would be the late Ranavilo. But if he threw it away, his fanatics might not think kindly of a god who sent them out to die, but who was afraid to himself.
Fool! Madman! Let go!
I resisted every effort of Ranavilo's to loosen my hold on the grenade, even though my heart was pounding at my shoes, until, with a desperate surge of strength, he hurled himself away, snatching the grenade with him.
Fool! Now you shall die as...
Fate had made a full turn. For Ranavilo's backward lunge had taken him over the edge of the crater, before he could throw the grenade at me or stop himself. Fanatics do many strange things when they discover their gods of clay feet.
Ranavilo has deceived us!
We are lost!
The echo of explosions from the crater seemed endless. But finally, it was still again. We better get started, Mignon. We have a long way back. And that's the end. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry if my pronunciations were really bad. I'm sorry about that. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. If you have any requests, just let me know in the comments, and I'll tell you when I can do the request. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.